Shit, yeah, things a man must do to survive, huh? Fucking kill me. Where is my restream thing? Okay. 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 Sure thing, I mean the audio's fine. Wait a minute. Update all. Wait, I have to also check my Twitch category, right? Also check my Twitch category, right? Also check my Twitch. How the fuck do I change this thing? Oh. There we go. Fuck, my setup is really wonky. Oh. It is for a late night thing, so, you know. Well shit. I guess we'll have to make do with this. Just tune out of everything. Low-key. You don't matter. I'm also gonna be looking at the shoe video, cause ah yeah. Wait, what? Oh. Shit, I'm dumb. God, I'm dumb. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, what? Did my player just fucking stop? Did my player just fucking stop? No. It, in fact, did not. No, I don't wanna. I thought it crashed for a minute there, I'm sorry. Let's see if the controller is working. That's the most worrisome part about this. Wait, no, the controller is working fine. Okay. Now let us just find bruh. Let me pop out my wonderful chat here as well. as well. Shit, thank you. All of it's wonderful. Let's see what she's doing. I've been meaning to listen into this for about a while, ever since it came out. Honestly, 3 days ago. 3 days ago, yeah. That's when the urge began. That's when the longing to come back home first happened. So let's see what she's yapping about. And also, in order for this to work, I'm gonna have to severely turn down the volume of Silksong to like 1, maybe 2, 3. 3's fine, I guess. Yes, I'm sure. Give me English. Thank you, Team Cherry. All love, man. All love. All love, man. All love. Hey, except I mean, meh. Fucking. Okay.
On September 10th, Charlie Kirk was giving a talk at Utah Valley University, and out of nowhere, he was dead, live, in front of a bunch of college kids, in front of his wife, and his 2 children.
We don't know if they were there, but, you know, go off, I guess.
And I don't think the country is ever going to be the same. Not only because of this horrific tragedy, but because of everything that followed. The dark, disturbing realization that we may not be on the same page as our coworkers, classmates, friends, neighbors, doctors, when it comes to the issue of murder. I was crashing out on Twitter a few days ago, just stream of consciousness posting about it, with normal sentences and everything. 4 days later, I have a clearer head, but I still feel the exact same way. So we are going to talk about what happened, we're going to talk about the aftermath, and then we're going to get a little personal, because frankly, I don't see the country the same anymore, and I know a lot of you feel the exact same way, so we're going to talk about it after we talk about everything else. Charlie Kirk was not a healthcare CEO, he was not a powerful politician, and let me be 100% clear, I'm not saying this to say that it's okay when those people are murdered. My point is that those are positions of power that most people cannot relate to. Like, the average person is just so far removed from that world. But I think what happened to Charlie is hitting differently because, like I said on Twitter, he was just a f***ing guy. He was a f***ing podcaster. He was a guy who talked about politics. He was a guy who had conservative beliefs. Not everyone knows a billionaire CEO or a powerful politician, but they do know somebody with conservative beliefs. They know somebody who holds some or many of Charlie Kirk's opinions. Because despite what people in their little bubble believe, his core ideology and what he believed is the same shit like your conservative boomer uncle on Facebook posts. You can only disagree with this if you are unfamiliar with Charlie Kirk, or you are unfamiliar with the many different branches and different ideologies of the right wing. Now, don't get me wrong, Charlie Kirk had many bad takes over the years. Like, for example, the 2 most popular quotes I see people posting are the one where he advocated for stoning gays and black women are too stupid to be pilots. But guess what? Both those things, the 2 most popular quotes people are posting to justify this guy being murdered, are out of context. But idiots like Stephen King ran with it, then later had to apologize for spreading misinformation about a dead man. These people will build a straw man of you in their minds. They get so fucking mad about it that they celebrate the real you dying. Horrifying. But more importantly, even if everything was in context, who cares? Oh, he said this, oh, he said this. I don't care. There are many things he said that I disagree with. There are many things he said that I think are bad. Who cares? It is just a fact that nothing he said warranted his life being taken away. This is America. We have freedom of speech here. Unless you criticize a certain country, but for the most part, we have freedom of speech here. So after detaining not just one wrong guy, but 2 wrong guys, the FBI finally got the shooter. Only because his own father turned him in. I guess they were just too fucking busy not releasing the Epstein files to catch a political assassin. It was this fast demon,
Priority
Tyler
moment.
Robinson, 22 years old, another irony-poisoned Reddit shooter who wrote a bunch of memes on the bullets, including "Hey fascist catch" and
notices bulges, capital OWO. What's this question mark?
Based, queen.
A lot of people were saying that the shooter was a groiper, which is a far-right fan of
Can I
the
jump
streamer
and
Nick Fuentes,
attack?
and
Yes.
I have no fucking idea where that came from. I'm gonna be so honest. I have seen no actual proof of this. And it doesn't make sense because someone further right than Charlie Kirk wouldn't call Charlie Kirk a fascist, and they wouldn't say he was hateful. Their proof is that the shooter once dressed up like the Slav Squat meme from 2012, and they also found a separate meme of
Is the Slav
Pepe the
Squat
Frog
meme from
dressed like the
2012?
Slav Squat
Really?
meme. Therefore, the shooter is a groiper. That is like seeing a photo of the shooter dressed like a clown, and then seeing this image of Pepe the Frog dressed like a clown, and then being like, groiper confirmed. What is the connection? The shooter didn't even post the Pepe image. Like, where did the Pepe even come from? Just a bunch of liberal boomers not understanding memes. The other thing I saw was the shooter had Republican parents, and therefore the shooter must be Republican, which is just funny because we all see what these people say about their Republican parents every Thanksgiving. But I guess we'll see. It's September 14th when I am recording this, so maybe more things will come out. Editor Shoe here, more things came out. Definitely not a groiper. At the end of the day, he could have every single one of my or your...
Wasn't he, like, literally a groiper,
One
though?
person may have pulled the trigger, but then we saw the reaction of many.
We think that Charlie Kirk
You freaking shoot me.
just got shot in the neck. Hey, ooh, ah.
I'm not saying she deserved it, but I'm saying God's timing is always right.
Yo, they got Charlie Kirk, bro. I've never been happier.
Never believe the reason I'm smiling. And it has nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. Nothing to do with...
I would say pour one out for Kirky boy, but I don't waste good beer on little bitches.
True.
Charlie Kirk just got put down like a fucking dog in Utah.
I do not, and I will not, ever feel bad when bad people get what the fuck they deserve.
I just heard that someone shot Charlie Kirk? Oh. Thoughts and prayers.
Oh no, someone shot Charlie Kirk. Look, I don't know who needs to hear this today, but that's how you pick up a woman.
Why am I so slow?
Fuck your homie dead! Fuck your homie dead! He got shot in the neck! We got Charlie in the neck!
Was it just poisoned or what?
I heard someone got shot today.
Oh well.
I had a tummy ache this morning. Stay alive out there.
The sympathy for Charlie Kirk is weird. You don't have to like violence, but I'm confused as to how you thought the revolution was going to be magically bloodless.
I've been saying we need to bring back political assassinations. I don't feel bad, and I don't think that everyone deserves the right to free speech. I think some people should be afraid to express their opinion in public.
I didn't like what he said,
True.
and I didn't like his opinions, and
Based person.
I don't really give a shit
Alert.
that he's dead.
Okay. I mean,
the best part of this whole
right?
goddamn thing
He didn't give
is
a
that
shit.
he is not martyr material, so his death will mean nothing. It will activate no one. It will impact few.
Also true.
It's just great. There are a lot of people that are like, no matter what side of politics you're on, you should never celebrate something bad happening to someone. I, on the other hand, do cheer when bad things happen to bad people.
Charlie Kirk just got shot.
Oh sure, I mean, just replace him with Hitler.
I saw the video before they even put out the confirmation. There was no chance that he made it through that. This wasn't the one we were hoping for, but a welcome surprise nonetheless.
I'm surprised that y'all didn't get rid of him sooner. And I'm surprised that you guys aren't
Oh, and I'm supposed to wait for it to go down?
Like,
So
Don't
I can.
stop with him. Don't let him be the end dog. Get rid of them all. His wife deserves to go too. Y'all keep on talking about his wife and kids. They need to go too because they're carrying on that mentality and that lineage. Like, get rid of the whole family. I'm so sorry. Why did you guys stop with him?
There were thousands of videos like that. Some of these people posting with their full names
But who
and faces,
cares?
with hundreds and thousands
None of these
likes,
people are
thousands of tweets
important.
celebrating it with 500,000
Like,
likes.
at all.
And it's important to remember that all of those
Why?
likes
Why
are
does
a
any of
real
this matter?
person. Millions of people in this country
Sure.
apparently believe the acceptable response to speech they don't like is murder. This wasn't just a bunch of fringe blue hair SJWs or whatever. They were teachers, professors, doctors, HR workers, healthcare workers, nurses, pediatricians, people who work with kids, people's classmates, roommates. They are teachers showing our children
Wait, can I impact the
gory,
environment by any
horrifying
chance? No, I
video
can't.
of Charlie's
Or
murder
can I?
on
Wait.
repeat. The hippy-dippy in this house we believe shitlib mask was ripped off, and underneath
can
was
a little
nothing
bit.
but psychopathic bloodlust. I have seen people on the right celebrate the death of people they disagree with. I've seen it. I remember
And you
Heather
disagree
Heyer
with
in
it. Let me
2017.
guess.
But I also remember the whole internet, left and right, coming together to disavow and mock
Jesus,
the
what a
few
shit
dozen
load.
people from Stormfront who were celebrating her death. This is different.
I just called you
It's never
based
been
like
like
2
this
days ago.
before.
Show,
It's never
come the
been this
fuck
much.
on.
It's never been this brazen. Normal people have to log into like an alternate Twitter account where they can blame you for your death because words
They
are
are
violence.
on the right
Words
side of
are
history, though.
violence,
Why?
So them killing you is just self-defense. That's why they're using Kyle Rittenhouse as some kind of gotcha. Oh, if you don't condone political violence, why do you support Kyle Rittenhouse? They fundamentally don't see the difference between killing someone over speech and killing someone over self-defense, because these are the same things to them. Also, I'm going to be the one to point it out, because of course I am. I saw nobody else do it. Why are most of them women? Most of the people celebrating are women. Like, it's a good, like, 80-20 ratio all over the internet. What
Wait,
is
so I
going
just
on,
did
ladies?
nothing here.
Basically,
Wow.
the whole country is shook because last year they
Stupid.
realized how many people would celebrate the murder of a president, and this year they realized how many people would celebrate the murder of them. At the end of the day, this is all the inevitable conclusion of the punch-a-Nazi thing from, like, 2017. Do you guys remember that? We always knew it was a slippery slope.
No.
That's why we were against
Educate
it.
me, Shu.
And they always say this dumb shit, like, if you don't want to be called a Nazi, stop being a Nazi. Even a congressman from my state, New York, was like, oh, if you want to
Mia,
stop
thank you
being
for the
called
follow.
a fascist, you should stop being a fascist. Yeah, that's great, except you've called everyone and their mother a fascist and a Nazi for the past, like, 15 years. And I see a lot of progressives in my audience.
Very
like,
true.
Shu, you're not like Charlie Kirk. You're not a fascist. Here are all the things I have been called Nazi, fascist, reactionary for over the last few years. Would you like to see? I have been making this list since 2023. Let's go. Let's just read this together real quick. Mocking / criticizing pop feminism. Believing adults can do whatever they want.
Why does any of this matter, Shu? Come on.
Liberal, talking to
Oh,
people
shit,
I disagree with.
these things
being
are
friends with people
alive.
I disagree with. Following people on Twitter I
Forgot.
disagree with. Supporting Bernie Sanders. That one came from the right. Being registered independent. Criticizing Joe Biden. Criticizing the Democratic Party. Not being attracted to feminine men. Not hating men in general. Criticizing Canada's MAID program. Not taking the COVID
What the
vaccine.
fuck?
Criticizing the FBI. Criticizing the CIA. Believing the CIA killed JFK.
Jesus Christ.
Using an American flag backdrop for my videos. Saying elites. Saying working class. Saying based. Making a joke about Joe Biden eating ice cream. Making a joke about Pete Buttigieg being born in a test tube. Making jokes in general, being cis, being white, being a woman, being a cis white woman, telling someone to take a shower, not being anti-gun, not being fat, being monogamous, liking Huey Long, celebrating the 4th of July, supporting Assange, criticizing the movie Cuties, praising the movie Sound of Freedom,
I don't even
being
want to
against
go over
pedophilia,
these
being
things because I
against
just
the
know she's
stigmatization
misinterpreting
of
like a whole bunch
being
of shit.
against children watching
Or
porn,
just
being
deliberately
critical
lying.
of kink at
Right.
Pride, being
Right.
against children performing at drag shows, not being racist, swear to God, being a class reductionist, saying
Why, though?
biological
'Cause-
sex, mocking people for debating the ethics of necrophilia, my
Jesus.
username, owning a pet rabbit,
the fuck
questioning
out.
the Bush administration's involvement in 9/11, growing up in a Catholic family, eating meat, wanting to get married, wanting to have children, being married, having children, being at January 6th to interview people, saying it's okay if someone doesn't want to date a porn star, not wanting to do OnlyFans, criticizing Kanye West, criticizing late-stage capitalism, criticizing the billionaire class, criticizing Israel, criticizing the bugs, criticizing a fashion company for being creepy, well, that one, supporting nuclear energy, parentheses, its toxic masculinity, supporting TikTok tradwives, supporting one-income households, supporting UBI, supporting farmers, supporting truckers, not celebrating October 7th, supporting Palestine, not liking brutalism, saying colorblind anti-racism was good, wanting to date someone who has a good relationship with their parents, not liking Indian food, saying men and women are different but complement each other, being followed by JD Vance on Twitter, saying Hillary Duff is cool, making fun of Reddit, and for Asmongold reacting to me, criticizing American imperialism, wearing a bow in my hair, liking VTubers, and now being anti-death.
Charlie Kirk was a fucking Nazi. He was a fucking Nazi.
True.
And you know what kind of Nazi is the best Nazi? A dead one.
I am a better person than you for celebrating the death of a Nazi. And actually, it's pretty weird that you're not, and simultaneously asking people to have empathy for the Nazi.
Nazis have children and families, right?
True.
But Nazis also get shot in the neck.
Also true.
They don't kill you because you're a Nazi. They
What a
call
bunch
you
of base
Nazi
people in this
so
show
they
and
can
head
kill you.
video.
Now, I'm going to talk about my personal
What?
feelings of the situation because I know
Oh,
a lot of you.
Christ almighty,
I know a
wow.
lot of you have been feeling the exact same way. So I will try and put it into words for you. I have friends who were friends with Charlie Kirk, but I didn't personally know him. We follow each other on Twitter.
Still
I've been
getting used to this game,
the
okay?
TPUSA
Don't assail me.
Amerifest in 2021.
Please.
I actually went there planning to make a video making fun of it, but I had so much fun and met so many friends that I'm still friends with to this day. So that video never happened.
Fuck me.
I disagreed with him all the time. You can literally go to our Twitter interactions. I was always correcting him about, like, Bernie Sanders. I made an egg look like his face. It is safe to say I was no fan. But this has really shaken me in a way that I absolutely did not expect. These last few days after what
Why
happened,
this
I
though?
kept
That's the
going
question.
to
Why
every single,
this
like,
of all things?
lefty, liberal,
Things like
left-wing
this
person
are
I know,
happening
like, checking out
daily.
what they
Why
have been saying
this?
about this. And besides maybe like 4 or 5, every single one was being an unhinged psychopath about this. Or
Mhm.
saying some backhanded shit like, this is why we need gun control. Which, first of all, we were just watching a whole bunch of people celebrate killing someone
Oh wait, I didn't
over
post this
political
on.
differences. You are
didn't
never
post
taking
the
our
links
guns now.
on
That is not happening. I
fucking-
felt like I was in the middle of the ocean. I was trying to like grasp onto a
On
flotation
Twitter of all
device,
places,
checking
wow.
all of these accounts for their take, like, be normal, be normal. Nothing. Nobody. I'm just drowning in a sea of evil, apparently. Maybe I was just blind up until now. These accounts for their take, maybe I changed. Be normal, is everyone going crazy, or am I going crazy? I don't know.
You-
All I know is it is clear how they reacted to
You
this
were always
is
crazy,
how they would
girly.
react to me, my family, my friends, you, your family, your friends, that have ever stepped out of line from the nebulous, ever-changing definition of progressive. These are people I thought were level-headed. They were left-wing, but, you know, like, they were one of the good ones. Like, you can joke with them, you know, they weren't those, like, woke SJWs. Like, they were cool, we can disagree and still be friends. You know. Your friend wouldn't celebrate you being murdered, of course. Woke SJWs, but if they would celebrate
All
and
true.
disagree and still be friends, an exact clone of you that wasn't you, you know. Your friend wouldn't celebrate you being murdered, of course. Woke SJWs, but if they would celebrate and
true.
disagree and still
Jesus. Okay, posting the links now. God. Okay. Now we're cool. Also, Hold on a fucking second. Yeah. This had to go up. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah. Fucking.
That had all the same opinions, or some of the opinions that you have, they would celebrate that goal being murder. They're not your friend. I'm friends with people who are friends with Charlie, and I see how they are completely broken about this. Seeing them like this, and then
You're
at the same
acting
time,
like this
my
isn't
other
a
friends
statement, though.
posting shit
Why?
like, "Rip bozo." It's just sick. It's just sick shit. Personally, I would rather live in a world full of Charlie Kirks who would sit down and debate than a world full of people who agree with me but would murder people who don't. Because if it's now normalized to just murder people who disagree with you politically, we don't have a society. Like, that's it. It's over. But some of these people in particular, like, why the fuck are you celebrating? You! They think you're a fucking Nazi too. They'll make a nice compilation of all the hot takes you've had over the years and spread it around to justify your murder. You don't get it, do you? We are all Charlie Kirk. I have been doing this for 11 years. I have been harassed, doxxed, threatened, whatever, you name it, for 11 years by the left. And it hasn't moved me an inch because that's not how politics works. That's lunch-table politics. I've talked about this before. People on your side being mean to you doesn't mean you overnight change your opinions on, like, healthcare. It doesn't work that way. I still have all my economic left opinions. I'm for strong social safety nets, workers' rights, unions, wealth caps, whatever. That has not changed. This is not me leaving the left because, frankly, I don't even know how to do that. This is me and many people looking around us at our so-called allies and realizing that even though we might share some, like, political opinions, we fundamentally do not have the same values or morals. And are we really allies if we agree on, like, taxes, but don't agree on the sanctity of human life? That even though we might share, I don't know. The way we view death now is just crazy. And I feel like a lot of that has to do with the desensitization, in part thanks to the internet. You used to have to go out of your way to see gore and stuff like that, and now you're just scrolling through Twitter and you see someone set on fire, someone gets stabbed on a train. And when someone like Charlie dies, it's not even real to people anymore. Like, it's like a movie or show. Oh, that character died? Good.
No, it is real.
That
But
character.
people don't.
Like, no, that was a real human being with a family
Rightfully,
and kids,
people
actually.
don't.
Like, that was someone's son.
People don't
The
give a
internet
shit.
has turned real people into nothing but cartoon
Oh,
characters
shit.
that disappear
Is this a
when
boss?
you close an app. I remember for years people would be like, oh, when you have kids, you'll change your mind on X, Y, Z, and I was like, no,
Whatever you
that's
say.
not gonna happen, no. And they were right. Almost overnight, you stop being so selfish, nihilistic. You stop having utopian fantasies of wanting to live in a post-capitalist society. And all you want is for the world to be safe. For the world to be safe and normal. And all that matters is your family and your community. And then your country, and then the world. You know?
No.
But we can't save the world. We
I
can't.
don't.
But you can save the people around you. You can't say to these people who are celebrating this and justifying this, you can't say, what if that was your dad or your brother getting killed for their opinions, because they've already cut those people off. They've already cut those people off out of their lives. And posting videos and
Because they're
pictures
fucking
of
Nazis,
white
dog.
young kids will not move these people at all. Because they hate their lives. They hate their families. They are atomized bug people. They are the unfortunate product of modern society, and I feel bad for them. I do. I pity them, and I wish I could help them. But I have bugman fatigue. And for the people who will come at me in a blind rage with a list of all of Charlie Kirk's, like, biggest hits to convince me that I should hate him and should not mourn him. If you thought what Charlie Kirk said is wrong, you could have debated. He was one of the few people left
Unalive
willing to
yourself
do
in a
that,
video game, holy
and now
shit.
he's gone.
In
Charlie was a
Silksong,
fan
there
of
you
free
go.
speech, but I'm worried whoever comes after Charlie won't be.
Wow.
Like, even from a political standpoint, not even a personal human standpoint, why are you celebrating, like, the most popular college Gen Z political pundit
Calcular.
dying? Like,
Huh?
why are you celebrating him becoming a martyr? Say goodbye to that young male vote. All the liberal Joe Rogans in the world are not fixing this. I just hope for the sake of this country that political
Liberal
violence
Joe Rogans, does she
does not
mean
become normalized.
Joe
It's
Rogans
not
of the
a
left?
thing. I really don't want to see that happen. I don't want to see retaliation. I don't want to see us fall into a civil war. I don't know. This has all been extremely blackpilling. I think I'm gonna take a break from politics. I don't know. I'm a
Fucking
YouTuber.
finally.
Like, I'm not a political pundit, right? I'm not.
Kirk should
My
have died
goal here,
a long time
my
ago.
purpose here is to entertain.
If this
to
is
make
what,
people laugh. That is what I'm going to do. That is what I.
If this is
will
what
continue
is-
to do. The news cycle will
It
move
always-
on. The world will move on. Charlie
If
Kirk's
this
kids
is what
won't
needed
move
to
on.
happen for her to fucking chill.
His daughter won't move on. His daughter does not have it bad anymore.
The sympathy bit,
sucks.
dude.
That sucks. I don't know what else to say. I love you guys. Thank you for listening to my crash out. If you're new here, my videos usually are not like
No
this.
problem.
They're actually nothing like
No
this.
problem, Shu.
They have music in the back. They're fun. They're goofy. Things are just not fun and goofy right now. But I promise you,
Can I
the
throw
next
my
video will be.
thing? No.
Yeah. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
Jesus.
Bye.
Yeah. Oh damn.
Our main story tonight concerns gangs, something Tampa police once warned teenagers about like this.
Think it's cool to be a baller, shot caller?
Oh wait, is this
Want to end
Oliver?
up like this? Join a gang, and
Yes,
chances
it is.
are you will.
Hold on.
The choice is yours, so make the right choice. Open your eyes and wake up before it's too late.
Holy shit! Take it down 1,000 notches. Because when you show a dead body pop up like a jack-in-the-box, you're not implying joining a gang will kill you, you're implying it'll turn you into a flesh-eating zombie. And if that is true, gangs are the least of your problems right now, Tampa. Gangs have long been a target of law enforcement, and this story concerns a commonly used tool police have developed to thwart them, gang databases. Basically, lists the police keep of people they say are involved in gangs. You might remember...
Sonic 3 subtle storytelling. Okay. Gimme.
I've always admired the quality of storytelling and world building in Sonic the Hedgehog 3. It might be something you've never really thought about before, but they were able to convey a surprising amount of characterization through a series of bite-sized cutscenes bookending levels. And instead of being a series of disconnected locations, each level fleshed out the game's central setting, Angel Island, and Dr. Robotnik's mechanized assault on it through environmental storytelling. So let's jump right into things. Sonic 2 ended with the space station, the Death Egg, being destroyed high above the planet, and Sonic 3 picks up a few days afterwards, with Sonic and Tails investigating its crash site. They're on the same plane they flew off in at the end of Sonic 2, forming a nice through line and sense of continuity, alongside the way Sonic transforms into Super Sonic right off the bat, assuming you obtained all of them in the last game and he still has them. He flies straight through a beach and into the forest as if this is any other island. But of course, we all know from decades of sequels that Angel Island is supposed to be a floating island, but it's currently at sea level due to the impact of the Death Egg. This island can be seen in the water on the title screen, with Tails flying in the tornado up above, setting the stage for the game's events. In the intervening time since the crash, Robotnik has been able to convince Knuckles the Echidna, the island's guardian, that Sonic is his enemy, in true rooting on the island in hopes of stealing the key to Angel Island's levitation, the Master Emerald. So the first thing that happens is Sonic gets surprise attacked by Knuckles, who knocks the Chaos out.
Just gonna listen in a little bit. A little bit. A little bit. No way, we're really gay. Really gay. Really gay. Jesus Christ.
Emeralds out of his possession, takes them, and laughs about it. One of the biggest reasons I think this game's storytelling is so interesting is because there's no voice acting between any of the characters, which isn't that noteworthy for the era, but it's also a game with a lot of cutscenes where none of them have any written dialogue or any text narration explaining things to the player. You gather everything from what you soak up from the environments, and get a grasp over the situations you're placed in and the relationships between characters based solely on their body language. Anyone can understand it no matter what language you speak. You instantly recognize Knuckles as a rival with a lot of strength who's also a smug troublemaker, and he'll continue to sabotage Sonic's progress through levels, throwing bombs and flipping switches, which serve as the justification for detours through levels that shake things up visually. For example, cutting the power in Carnival Night. His appearances can also explain the transitions between levels themselves, like dropping a bridge Sonic is on to send him down into the aqueducts below in Hydro City, a level that begins naturally with Sonic falling from above. Transitions like this between acts and zones are very common, and help make the adventure feel interconnected in a natural way. Sonic will jump onto Flying Battery at the end of Mushroom Hill, and then jump off at the end of that zone, and land in the sand in the next one, requiring you to jump out before playing. Sonic teleports from Carnival Night into Ice Cap and begins snowboarding down before starting the level proper. At the end of that stage, he drills his way down to Launch Base, which starts with some snow at the start showing where you came from. I already mentioned falling into Hydro City, but after that stage, a geyser launches you up into the air and Sonic falls down into Marble Garden. Back in Sandopolis, Act 2 begins after a pyramid physically rises out of the ground, and inside it's naturally dark, requiring you to continuously light the torches that are represented in the background. The game is full of cinematic flares that flow naturally through the course of levels. For example, Robotnik's army of drones that set the jungle ablaze near the end of Angel Island's first act, transitioning its beauty into a fierce inferno for Act 2. You have this sequence, which is admittedly almost impossible to fail, where you're chased by one of Robotnik's bombers, helping you gain more perspective on the scale of his destructive force. But right after this, you get this really cool moment where you see him and his new machine behind the tree line, building anticipation for the boss fight when he finally explodes from the waterfall in the background. Something that's used for the design of the boss itself to conceal its movement and protect him from damage.
Is GGYGO right about this format? I don't know, are they? I guess we'll see.
Gamers, gals, and my non-binary pals. Today is a good day. Why? Because we get to be a hater. I love hating. Hating's in my blood. It's in my DNA. And I get to hate on an opinion right now, which is coming from Gary GGYGO something last name. This game feels absolutely awful at the moment. Nothing feels fun to play. Format is dog water. This is very funny because I think like a couple days before a regional that he was prepping for, he was like, this is the greatest format of all time. I'm having fun. I'm balling. And I guess he changed his opinion, which is fine. It is completely fine to change your opinion. But it is very funny to test a format, be like, this format's great, and then you play one game in the format and you're like, it appears my testing may have not been indicative of the proper metagame. Bro got sacked and said, guys, I changed my mind. Real! Okay, is the format bad? Me personally, not really. I posted like this little thread the other day. Oh my god, 200 niche internet micro celebrity strikes again. I think this format, for the most part, is a very, very good format. You kind of have to be playing like one of 4 decks though. You kind of have to play like Yummy. You have to kind of play like Draco Tail. You have to play like some K9 variant. Maybe Lab, if you want to pretend that that's like a playable deck. I'm coping so hard on Lab. I know that Lab is dog shit. Let me just believe. Let me believe in like Arius Backjack furniture combos. Let me have something in my life. Outside of like those decks, it is very, very difficult and very, very hard to keep up with the top 4 decks if you're playing anything that's not a top 4 deck, because of how well the top 4 decks play both into boards as well as play on the draw as well as play going first. Like when it comes to like K9 Vanquish Soul, that deck can basically be like nothing but engine, because its engine functions both as like board breakers. Think of like Raisin breaking a board, or like you can dodge targeted negation with like Heavy Borger in hand, as well as the fact that it is just like a 1 card fucking blow your penis off. Like Raisin add Holly Sue, then like special Holly Sue, then like Holly Sue reveal like a Fire Dark, and like you just like win the game. It can be pretty frustrating to play into these decks at times. However, I think that if you are playing one of these decks, you are able to completely and utterly fairly compete with each other deck on like a very, very close level. Like yes, like Yummy doesn't have a great like Draco Tail matchup, or like Draco Tail doesn't have like a good Christian K9 or like Vanquish Soul K9 matchup, or Vanquish Soul K9 doesn't have a good itself/opening hand matchup. That is just like a thing that these decks like have to compete. Like you can like Rock Paper Scissors meta exists in like every format, but these decks are all like in pretty close range of each other and can all arguably like be the best. If you wanted to like ask me, Yummy is like a little bit better than Draco Tail because it has like a 1 card combo. Draco Tail is like a pretty close second, and like Christian K9 and Vanquish Soul K9. I feel like they're like they have like weird consistency issues, but you know, they're still like very, very close in being able to like do very specific plays or just like blow your penis off. Like Christian K9, you activate 1 inclusion, the game ends. Or like Vanquish Soul K9, you like resolve a Raisin, the game ends. But apparently GGYGO feels quite differently, and apparently people in my comments section feels too. So let's go over those comments. You played Super Heavy Centurion on stream. You got 2nd at the UK Open, so unless you're calling everyone at that event shit, it's okay, Gary. I will. It's a very, very weird phenomenon in like Yu-Gi-Oh right now, where it's like some formats are really good and like some events are really good. Like some events you can kind of be like, these are fake as hell. Like DB Grinder put it best, where it's like when he's going over like regional topping lists, he like looks inside and it's like a 40-person regional. And it's like, dog, do these even qualify as regionals? Like, congratulations, you had to top your 5-round vocals. Didn't you just say the format was fun? How lame can you be? Just play the format, it's not actually that fun. Charmy Smasher, 20 hand traps, not a fan. What's funny is that people aren't even playing Paradise Smasher anymore. Like, sure, it's a funny auto win button. Like, yes, it exists. It's not actually like that good. If you're in a position where you're able to make Paradise Smasher and like resolve it, you've probably like won the game already, so why wouldn't you just do like Nash Knight Umbral Horror, or just make like Vinamia? Just play the format. Did he not play the game in testing? We don't want to talk about GGYGO testing. Do you know what his testing looks like? Top 10 text. You don't play this format! I don't want to read a fucking Draco Tail guide by GGYGO. Where's this fucking deck list? Where's the deck list, Gary? Oh my god, I found it. With a list like this, I'd hate it too. The Jabrel special, double thrust in the main, Dark Beckoning Beast package, called by Crossout main. Oh my god, bro, what are you doing? I don't even think people are playing called by anymore. I don't even think it's that good. It's very funny. Like, people will be like,
like, I hate this format. Like, my deck is so bad. Like, the decks are too good.
I don't know what to tell you, buddy, but it might just be because your deck fucking sucks. It might not be like a player issue. It might be like a deck building issue. I don't think I've ever seen a deck list from him that hasn't either been copy-pasted, that deck, which is nothing wrong with. I don't think that I've ever seen a deck list built by GGYGO that is good. You guys remember like the 10 pie list he had? Like the Dragon Link list where it had like 10 pie cards in it? I don't know why people watch him as a competitive resource. Sometimes I listen to his videos in the shower to be like, yes, I guess maybe I should negate Snatchy. I don't know. Have you considered the possibility that you're too ass of any of the top decks to find that fun? Jesus. So mean. You shouldn't have to have God skill with a chillin deck only to enjoy a format. No, but you've always needed to be at least competent with a deck to enjoy it, and you conversely can't kneecap yourself by playing a Loke deck just to say that the format is bad. Play the game and don't let the game play you. That is very true. This is how I feel about like tier limit format. This person is correct. in the sense where formats where you have to play an extremely complicated deck in order for you to have any success is very, very frustrating. If like Vanquishal Canine was like the best deck by an extremely large margin, then this format would be like a lot more frustrating to play because you're like kind of forced into playing Vanquishal Canine and you can't really play anything else because it blows everything out of the water, both in terms of like consistency and like power, and it's just like too good. As well as the fact that like Tier Limit is like a very, very complex deck. You have to think of like multiple turns ahead. You have to think about like what your opponent's on. You have to think about like what your opponent can make. Blah 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 blah. Bunch of other like very annoying, frustrating things. At the same time, that was a format which a lot of people have very mixed feelings about because you had to play Tier Limit, and if you played Tier Limit wrong, that deck felt like unplayable. It didn't even mean like wrong, as in like, you know, like you messed up like a very crucial like combo. It was like you forget to make one additional fusion, or you forget to like add back this card versus like this card, or like you use a name at like a little like one turn or like one chain preemptively, and like you lose the game because of it. It is like very frustrating for average to mid-core players to exist in these formats where micro decisions on a very, very tight level do count versus, you know, just being able to play the game at a regular level with multiple options. Like, I think this format is not actually that hard. I think that unless you're playing like Vanquishal Canine, you can get away with being like a little stinky at like Yummy or Christian Canine or like Draco Tail. Like, these decks do require skill, of course they do, but they're not as mentally demanding in the same way as like Tier Limit or like VS Canine, and they are more forgiving. You can only fuck up so much when it comes to like making your Draco Tail board. Like, ooh, I forgot to add back my 5 mana. Urgula Engrave? What up, homie? And if GGYGO wants to play like a poopy deck, then that is his prerogative. If he wants to play like a bad version of a deck, that's up to him. But complaining in the sense where it's like, this format's bad because I cannot understand these decks, even on like a baseline level, or I just don't find them fun anymore after actually playing a real version of these formats and not like a suboptimal testing group, is something very, very silly. And like, testing is something that can be like a very double-edged sword, because in some circles testing can be like a pretty good resource, but only if everyone is on like exactly the same skill level and everyone has pertinent information of what a format should look like, which only professional players really have access to. Like, professional players are able to like basically see the fucking future, and this is like all they do. They wake up, they play Yu-Gi-Oh for like 12 hours a day, and then they go to bed. Like, the average player maybe test like once a week at absolute most, and it's called their vocals. Like, you can test with your friends and you can test in suboptimal circles, just do not expect your results to be congruent to what the format will eventually look like. Like, let's say I play Labyrinth in a circle and I like destroy everyone. Like, I just go 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0 against like everyone on Christian or like Canine or Yummy or whatever. Like, the agreement is Labyrinth is going to be a lot better positioned than it actually was. And then if you actually look at the YCS Vancouver, I fucking scrubbed out day one. I scrubbed out day one, and I did not win a single side event because, oh my god, I fucking hate Obedience School. But in that testing group, I was like, Labyrinth had a very good showing and representation. And in reality, it wasn't. It was not very good. That is like a thing that GGYGL might have run into, where he thought that the format would look a lot more different. And in reality, it was not. He and his testing circle were not good enough to come to a conclusion, or were not able to foresee. I will need to second this. The fact that if you don't open up nuts or a hand of hand traps makes you feel anxious, that's a sign of a bad format. This is one of those formats. I don't know what to tell you, buddy, but this has been true for like 8 years. Oh, if you don't open up hand traps, you're gonna have a bad time. No shit, dog! You open up no hand traps versus like Sky Striker or Orcus, you lose! You open up no hand traps versus Salamander, you lose! You open no hand traps against like fucking Trickstar Striker, you lose! You open no hand traps versus True Draco, you lose! Wait, what do you mean? Like, yeah, no fucking shit if you open no fucking interruptions, your game sucks. Like, I don't know what you want me to say, dog. A fucking course you need to open going second cards in my combo slop game. People change this is what the sign of a bad format, every format they don't like. If you want like the Stevie opinion of like what a bad format is, it is a format where your inputs do not matter. A very easy example can be like Snake Eye format. I think that format was fucking horrible. Like, if you played Tenpai, you were basically rolling a loaded dice and saying like, all right, I'm just gonna blind second and I'm just gonna fucking kill you like 60% of the time. Sometimes you might open like Ash Imperm and like full combo and like you'll get me there. But if you make like a half board or if my breaker luck is really high roll, you're just gonna die here. Or if you're against like Snake Eye, you just compare your opening hands. It's like, Imperm on Valor, okay. Activate Bonfire. Ash on that, okay. Special Diabell Star. Did I have the third one? Well played, GG, buddy. You tried. And now I'm Nibiru proof in my combo line. Like, that is like what an actual bad format is. You didn't have to be like that good at Snake Eye. Because it kind of like played itself and it was like the most disgusting, obscene like combo slop of all time. Like this format, Tier Limit format, Toss format. Those are formats that, even though they did have extremely high powered decks and required a lot of mental fortitude, those were not bad formats. Just because those formats actually required player input. Yes, some formats might require more or less, and yes, like if you play Tier Limit versus like some fucking shitter on like Black Wings, then like you're gonna win no matter what. But for the most part, these formats, when played in a room full of meta, did require brain power to use, and were not like bad formats, at least how I personally define it. Losing so much would do that to a person, my god. Rage baiting used to be fun. Oh my god, he's still on Dark Ruler. He's so behind. Race format was peak. Race format was like awesome. There were like so many decks like playable in that format.